We'd also like to point out that we have somebody, in case you haven't noticed, on the drums tonight. Mr. Simon Dawson!
In December 2024, the heavy metal world was shaken when Iron Maiden announced that their legendary drummer, Nicko McBrain, was stepping away from touring. After an incredible 42 years with the band, fans were shocked by the news, but what truly surprised everyone was what happened just hours after Nicko's final show in São Paulo, Brazil. Iron Maiden revealed that they already had a new drummer lined up. His name, Simon Dawson. And if you're thinking, who's that? You're not the only one. Today, we're going to explore the story behind Iron Maiden's new drummer, a talented musician who's been quietly working in the background for over a decade. Let's start with the big moment. It was December 7th, 2024, and Iron Maiden's Future Past tours was coming to an end at Allianz Park in São Paulo. Fans were expecting another amazing show, but it turned out to be historic. This wasn't just any concert, it was Nicko McBrain's final performance with the band he had dedicated more than 40 years of his life to. At 72, Nicko had already faced huge challenges. Earlier that year, he had a stroke that left the right side of his body partly paralyzed. Still, he made a powerful comeback and returned to the drums. But touring at Iron Maiden's high energy level became too much, and Nicko had to make the difficult choice to stop touring. The next day, Iron Maiden introduced their new touring drummer, Simon Dawson. He wasn't a famous name like Mike Portnoy or a big-time session drummer. Instead, he was a lesser-known talent from Suffolk, England, and fans around the world were left asking, who is this guy? That's when things got interesting. Simon Dawson wasn't some random pick. He has been working with Steve Harris, Iron Maiden's bassist, for over 12 years in Steve's side project, British Lion. Since 2012, Simon and Steve have toured together in the US, UK, Europe, Australia, Japan, New Zealand, and South America. Their bond isn't just professional, it's a deep musical partnership, built over countless hours of rehearsals and performances. On British Lion's first album in 2012, Simon played on 3 songs. By the time their second album, The Burning, came out in 2020, he was a full member of the band's sound. What makes this important is that Steve Harris's bass playing is a huge part of Iron Maiden's signature sound, especially his fast, galloping rhythms. For that to work live, he needs a drummer who can match him perfectly. And after all those years together, Steve already knew Simon was that drummer. But Simon Dawson's journey didn't begin with British Lion. He's been working hard in music for decades. In the 1990s, he played drums for a thrash, groove, metal band called Dearly Beheaded, a group that reflected the Pantera-style sound of that era. His ability to handle intense technical drumming was already clear. Even more surprising, he spent 20 years as the drummer for the Outfield, the British power pop band known for their massive hit Your Love. From 1989 onwards, Simon kept the rhythm going behind one of the most recognizable songs of the 80s. This shows just how versatile he is. Not many drummers can move between metal and pop so smoothly. He's also worked with bands like Deep Switch, Air Race, Dirty Deeds, Near Death Experience, and Devoid the Scuzz. These experiences helped him build his skills across many styles and earned him respect as a reliable professional in the British music scene. So when Iron Maiden announced Simon Dawson as their new drummer, some fans were unsure. Why didn't they pick a more famous name? But if you look closer, the decision makes total sense. Iron Maiden has always stayed true to their British roots, so choosing a British drummer helped keep that identity strong. Also, after decades of playing together, the band needs someone who fits in personally, not just musically. They don't want to mess up the chemistry they've built over time. Simon might not be flashy, but he brings what really matters: a deep understanding of Steve Harris's playing style. The way Maiden songs feel and groove can't be taught overnight. Simon has been learning that feel for 12 years in British Lion. And remember when Nicko McBrain replaced Clive Burr back in 1982, fans were doubtful then too, but after hearing the opening of Where Eagles Dare, all doubts vanished. Sometimes the choice that feels safe turns out to be exactly right. Simon Dawson finally made his Iron Maiden debut on May 27, 2025. It happened at the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest, Hungary, during the band's Run for Your Lives 50th anniversary tour. The setlist thrilled hardcore fans, featuring rare tracks like Murders in the Rue Morgue, which hadn't been played since 2005, and Killers, which hadn't been part of their shows since 1999. Early reviews from the concert praised Simon's performance. He handled everything with calm and skill. The tour focuses on Iron Maiden's first 9 studio albums from their 1980 debut to 1992's Fear of the Dark, the era that built their legendary reputation. This isn't just about finding someone to sit behind the drums, it's about protecting Iron Maiden's legacy with the care and respect it deserves. And with Simon's years of experience, connection to Steve Harris, and professional approach, he's doing just that. Looking ahead, some fans are nervous. They wonder if this means Iron Maiden won't record new music and will only tour. But here's the thing, Iron Maiden has never made rushed decisions. They've always picked quality over fame and depth over flash. Simon Dawson represents stability during a time of big change. He's not trying to copy Nicko McBrain. He's bringing his own experience to serve the band's music in his own way. And the fact that he's worked closely with Steve Harris for over a decade shows this is likely a well-planned transition, not just a quick fix for a tour. In the end, Simon Dawson's story reminds us of something important. The people who make the biggest impact in music aren't always the ones in the spotlight. Sometimes they're the hardworking, talented professionals who show up every day, stay versatile, and put the music first. From metal to pop, from session gigs to big stages, Simon has proven he's ready for any challenge. Now, he faces the biggest challenge of all, helping Iron Maiden carry their legacy forward. And if his past is any clue, he's more than ready. What's your take on Iron Maiden's new drummer? Are you excited to see Simon Dawson in action? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure to subscribe for more stories from the world of metal.